Charmed us, he impressed us, and he got away with it. Mostly. But what happens when that charismatic, rule bending energy shows up in your real life? Let's break down how to navigate the real world microsis. Today morning, I woke up to a feed on my FB wall. I actually haven't logged in on Facebook specifically to check anyone's life updates recently or in ages for that matter, like in years. But this one, when it popped up on my wall, it irritated me so much so that I decided to make an entire series about it. In there was a picture of an individual that I knew. That individual was standing there with a powerful passport in her hand and was showing it off as an achievement. I know this person struggled to pass even undergrad in arts in India, copied for every exam paper, and always cut corners, looked for shortcuts in every possible thing in life well into the adulthood. Got a job with father's recommendation, went to a field about which she had and probably doesn't have much knowledge. She always believed in fake it till you make it and faked it and made it, I guess. Ever scroll through social media and see someone flaunting an amazing achievement, talking about their hustle from zero? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if that shiny success story has a murky backstory? Imagine someone sailing through life on borrowed answers, faking their way through the early stages, and then suddenly, bam, they are holding a symbol of ultimate I made it status. You can't help but think, was it really from zero? And how many genuinely hardworking folks got elbowed out of the way by that carefully crafted facade? So, when I saw that photo, I didn't feel happy, but I remembered every little fraud that person committed to get ahead in life. And it was not like she had to compromise morals just to survive. She hailed from a really well to do family, and I wonder how many legit people's opportunities she must have snatched on the way to reach there. And no, I am not jealous of her because I have voluntarily let my Canadian PR and EU passport go to move back to my beloved Mumbai. Three cheers for Amchi Mumbai! Yoo-hoo! Before we continue, there are two more examples I want to share with you because then we can discuss it in detail and maybe I'll be better able to tell or make my point. This second individual that I am talking about right now, when I went abroad for my higher education, he also went to study a professional course in a neighboring institute. Now, this person and the person's partner once invited me for a dinner with friends. Like we were a group of peers, okay? And after a few beers, this individual is boasting how he and his partner faked bosses' contacts and office numbers in order to secure a work permit. As in, they literally submitted false phone numbers, attended the government verification phone calls for each others, and sent their friends as bosses to secure a work permit. Today they are settled there, they have citizenships, kids, bungalow, cars in that country. Should they even be there in that country to begin with? I can't help but think what honest individuals' places they stole. And here is another example. There is this another individual that I knew once upon a time. That person went to a foreign university for masters and submitted a false thesis, as in submitted a thesis about a factory of a huge brand in India. Now that factory never existed and still doesn't exist, by the way. And since it was a huge brand and a few years ago there was no chance to verify it through Insta or LinkedIn as much as you could do today, the university supervisor never doubted the authenticity of it. That supervisor approved the thesis in good faith. Now, this individual secured a job on the basis of that very degree in the same country, met her future partner while on the job. On that basis, they moved to a country where generally every Indian dreams to move, and now they have a citizenship of that country, have a big townhouse there. Tell me, should these individuals even be there? They displace at least one worthy students and two worthy job and citizenship holders, didn't they? The other story is about my school fellow. This guy failed in maths for so many years. It's a miracle he passed SSC or HSC in maths and had a degree in BSc in maths on top of it. I don't want to get into how much he copied from chips and friends to pass it, etc. Worst part is this individual's father got him a job into a foreign bank as an actuary. Imagine that. A job that works only with numbers, probably. I don't know much about that, but I have heard so. On that basis, this person is again settled in a country where every Indian nowadays gets PR, has a wife, kid, bungalow, and car there. A person who should really ideally be in 1 BHK in Mumbai suburb, that too when parents would leave him, is living a dream of some smart math expert student who couldn't copy or who decided not to copy in exams nor fake degrees to employers. Now, before you guys judge me for knowing so many fakers and cheaters, I will stop with the examples, okay? In fact, I'm sure many of you want to call me right now and tell me, wake up, that's how the world works. I'm sure you will remind me of those who sometimes abuse paid quotas, etc., and achieve the same result. And I can't believe I'm uttering these words in my lifetime. But those who abuse the system, power, and money are slightly better because they at least go through the motions, attend the colleges, sit for lectures, attend practicals, exams, etc. While on the other hand, these microses go ahead in life on the basis of things that do not exist. They simply fake it and claim to be born ready. They bypass everything. So let us get back to the topic of the day. Ever watched Suits and been captivated by the brilliance and audacity of Micros? The photographic memory, the legal genius without a law degree. A true underdog story, right? But what I see is that his entire premise is a lie, and that he is there by taking some other person's place and opportunity. To be honest, as I mentioned above, we all know someone who has suddenly made a big leap, suddenly landed a dream placement, got that coveted opportunity abroad or even in the country out of the blue. And we all know how qualified or not qualified, to be honest, they are for that in reality. And let's be real, sometimes the how is a little or more blurry. After all, why do Indians rush to settle abroad? Because they all claim udhar sab merit pe chalta hai, right? Now picture this, a system designed to welcome merit, talent, but someone decides to play a different game. They bend the rules, maybe even break them to snag that golden ticket. Meanwhile, others played by the book, dotted every I's, crossed every T, and ended up with a one-way ticket home. People like I just gave you examples of, well, they are doing it, and pop culture characters have been supporting and glamorizing it for a long time. Well, in that case, like the Kareena Kapoor character in movie Etraz says, "Is baat pe etraz hai mujhe." So there you go, folks and friends. This is the first episode of our micro series. In the upcoming episodes, we will break down the telltale signs to help identify microses in personal and professional lives, and more importantly, give you practical strategies for navigating these complex dynamics in your work and personal lives. As I said, stick around and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Take care.